Hot as fuck out here, guys. Wait, check the weather app real quick. See what it says.
92 degrees is the actual temperature.
Okay.
Feels like 97.
Yes, so we're getting some hard data, guys. This isn't just a trust me bro kind of thing. We're seriously upgrading our stuff here. With the intake we're bringing to the market, I wanted to bring some cold hard facts / data to you guys. So how it works is I could have up to 6 sensors. I'm going to show you. I got my laptop here. And this is live data. So channel 1 is going to the driver's side turbo intake. The channel 2 is going to the passenger. And then I have 3 or 5 and 6 sitting in the engine bay. So I'm going to show y'all here kind of like how we're doing this. I just kind of wanted to get a generic engine bay temp, right? So we have 1 sitting here, which this is channel 5. Channel 6 is sitting over here in this general area. And then we have channel 1 going all the way down here, and it's right in front of the filter. And channel 2 going all the way to the passenger side of our intake. All right, starting off with a pretty hot one. Looks like driver's side turbo, and these are within a degree of each other. It's 96 degrees, and we've got passenger at 95. This is just obviously sitting here. Engine bay temp is 94, 95 degrees. We're not gonna cover the live data, all of it, but we'll go through and show y'all. Warm up pretty quick. We're gonna sit that tug slap. Yeah, so I mean, these aren't really accurate, guys. It's showing 98. My phone says it's 92 out, and it's showing, what is channel 1 showing right now?
Driver's side's 100.1.
So that's driver's side. What about
passenger side is 102.5, and the driver's side just went down to 1 or 99.
Damn. Okay, so we're sitting at like
100 average.
5 to 10 degrees. Yeah, I mean that's pretty nuts. 5 to 10 degrees over ambient on both intakes. Let me look at it. Made it back. That was about a 30-minute, 40-minute drive. We were out there for a good while, right? All right, guys. I know this is what everybody wanted. We got some hard data from this. Your boy needs a haircut. Don't judge my hair. It's a mess right now. But I'm really excited to bring this data to the table for y'all. Data, whatever you want to call it. Super excited. We're not just doing a, hey, trust me, this intake works kind of thing. There's been several other intake companies that have released data, but there's a couple that haven't. And if you know, you know. And so here it is, guys. Here's our data. I'm gonna put it right here, and we're gonna talk about it. So you can see these charts. You can see the dips in them. You can see the highs in them. And then you can see this long period of time where it's just kind of just generally creeping up. Well, we stopped at a Chick-fil-A, and we sat in the line. But you could see when we started driving in, comes down, and then you could see where we did a pool where it dips down even further. Now, there was a couple of times in that pool or in that whole data log where you could see the dips and you could see the ambient temperature of 92 to 95 degrees, depending on what app you're using, depending on what you're using, right? Those temperature pros are saying it was roughly 93 to 94 degrees outside. Now, we pulled the data off of my car. Stock turbo, stock motor, stock trans. It is on full 85. But I also see people argue, right? We have turbo cars. That's what the intercooler is for, to cool the charge temp down. Which, yes, that is what the intercooler is there for. But hear me out. Would you want your intake sucking in 140 degree air and your intercooler to have to try to cool 140 degree temperature? Or would you rather your intake under full acceleration be sucking on 100 degree air and have to cool down 100 degree air? You're talking about 20 to 40 degree difference here, guys. And to me, that's everything, right? You're not trying to heat soak your intercooler because you have a flashy intake in your engine bay. We're trying to keep things cool. We're trying to keep things relatively close to as ambient as we can, especially in this heat. We have turbo cars. They get hot. The engine bays get hot. Things get heat soaked. Now, again, I am not talking trash on any of the intakes on the market. I am just stating facts from what I've noticed and what I've gathered and what I've seen in the community. And I get it. People want turbo noises. People want a flashy intake. I understand that. But over here at HSF, we're about function. We want things to function. We want them to perform well, and we want them to perform very well because we're kind of a track-oriented company, I feel like. And by that, I mean, I try to make all my cars race cars, right? So I'm not saying that don't get this intake if you're not a race car, but I'm also saying keep in mind this is kind of a race car intake. So I want to go show y'all what's up with this. Are we worried about sucking in water? No. Does it really sit down that low? No. And yes, it has filters on it. So I've been asked over and over and over again to see the intake. The thing about this intake is you really can't see it in here, guys. Another question I get, is it real carbon fiber? Yes, I hate fake carbon fiber. You won't see me release any fake carbon fiber parts. It is 100% real. Now, this one sits right under here, right underneath the ECU. You do have to take off your ECU. I will be releasing a install video, but I wanted to give y'all a separate data video to show y'all how this thing performs. And then you can see the driver's side is over here, going up to the front area. And then we'll have an option. We're gonna send a template, so if you want to, you can cut out your little fog light area here and add this mesh in. And that mesh is just really for aesthetic pleases, so you don't have holes there. And that will help that intake breathe a little bit better. Now, does it make a huge difference? No, that is not a necessary step. That is an optional step if you want to take your intake a step further. But again, guys, it really does not do anything aesthetically for our engine bay. I will admit that, right? Our engine bays are pretty ugly spaghetti monsters. So we are working on hot side charge pipes for these things as well. Carbon fiber. We're going back and forth with it. We'll see. Again, we collect data and we thoroughly test everything before we release it to anybody in the market because we don't want a faulty product going out there. With that being said, we have collected a ton of data. We have done a lot of testing. We've had my intake on my car for about a month now. We've had Timmy's on his for about 3 months. So we have been actively testing, getting real world data. All right, guys, now these intakes are on pre-order at HoustonSpeedFreaks.com. We made a batch of 20. It is a first come, first serve situation. We will have future batches that we are planning on releasing, so keep that in mind. Anyway, guys, before I keep talking y'all's ear off, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope y'all like our data that we collected over our intake. Because again, I didn't want to just come to market with an intake that was truly untested and there was no data on. But anyway, guys, I'm really excited, really happy with this intake, and I really hope y'all enjoy it and like it as much as we do over here. Love y'all, appreciate y'all, and until the next one.